So everybody's always asking me for a script. What do I need to say and how can I say it? And believe me, I've tried to put together scripts. I've put together scripts. What happens if they say this? What happens if they say that? You go this way and you go this way. But the reality of it is, it could go in a million different ways. You just never really know where it's going to go because every situation is different. Sure, yeah, you're trying to do a subject to, or you're trying to do a seller financing or some kind of deal. You understand what you're trying to do, but what you don't understand, at least going into the conversation, is what the potential seller is going through, what their needs are. And so it's very difficult to write a formatted script and say, this is what you say in this situation. This is what you say in that situation. Again, without sounding robotic and not warm and inviting, because you have to create that rapport with people, that whole know, like, and trust thing, right? You have to be able to do that, and you have to be able to establish it quickly. So I like to get on the calls with the people that I work with, some of my, mentees, if you will, because as they're getting to know this business, they've got to be comfortable getting on the phone. And unfortunately, you've got to make some mistakes along the way. You just have to. But I try to minimize that. And I do that by asking them to set up a call, and then I can hopefully knock the pins down for them. That's what's expected, right? Find out what the pain is and deliver a solution and get that contract signed, get that ink dry, right? So I've done that for a student of mine named Mike, or a mentee. I don't really like to call them students. So a mentee of mine named Mike. So Mike generated a couple leads, right? And we've done a couple deals for him. And one of them was really, really easy. He did that himself. This one took a little bit of finessing, so he asked me to get on the line. So I recorded that, and I'm sharing that with you now so that you could kind of hear how that conversation goes, what goes into a call. And again, this isn't the way you're going to handle every call. I'm obviously not going to handle every call this way. Some calls lead to another call and another and another and another. You just never know what you're going to get into. But this one worked out really well, and I just wanted to share it with you. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. Here we go. Mr. Miller, Arthur Miller. Can you hear me, Arthur?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Arthur, this is Jason Myles. We had an appointment to talk right around now. I know you're in Georgia too, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm here. We're gonna did you live in Illinois before, in St. Louis? You from there?
Yes, I'm from there.
Oh, okay. How long you been down here?
About 2 years.
Okay. What part of the city you live in?
I'm down in Fayetteville.
Okay, south of the city. That's a little bit of a difference between Fayetteville and East St. Louis, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a big difference. Big difference.
I'd say it's a little slower, just a little bit.
Yeah, but I like it though. You got everything. You got all your amenities.
Yeah, that's for sure. And
you got everything around the corner.
And you got all those movie studios down there.
Yeah. It's nice down here.
Yeah. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a truck driver.
Okay. Just wanted to change, just a change of scenery.
Yeah. Me and my wife have been talking about it for, years before. Then we had finally got the chance to do it, and we said, "Come on, let's go."
That's right.
Packed the bags and we've been here since.
That's what's up, man. Well, welcome to Atlanta metropolitan area. And all the traffic that it can afford you.
Oh my goodness!
At least you're not in LA. That's the only place that's worse.
Yeah, LA is worse.
Yeah, specifically the 405. But yeah, it's a parking lot pretty much 20 hours a day.
Oh man, 20 hours a day. You just out there in traffic. And I heard them movies. I knew one other truck driver I knew. He said he literally be on some highway for 4-6 hours at a time.
Yeah, it's like that. I mean, you can be on 285 that long some days, especially if you drive on the weekends. It's rough. It's rough, and then going down to Florida, it's not so bad coming back on 75 in particular, but going down, I feel like everybody's going down that way, you know.
Yeah.
So hey, man, what do you like to prefer to be called? Arthur, Art, Mr. Miller? What do you like?
Art is fine.
Okay,
Art, it don't matter.
all right. So tell me, Art, tell me a little bit about this property. I spoke with, my assistant, and she didn't really tell me a lot. So I just wanted to make sure that I could get clarity about what your situation was, what the property situation is, and see if we can find some way to work together.
All right. So it was my mother-in-law's house. So my mother-in-law, when we moved from St. Louis, she moved down here with us.
Okay.
So it was her house. So it was well maintained. You know, it's a pretty good house. It was well maintained. She had lived there. I'm thinking probably about 20, 30 years.
Oh
So
wow.
over the years, she did the upgrades on it whenever the city came through. The county had the upgrades, so like the furnace was upgraded. Other little things was upgraded. The roof was upgraded within the last 10 years or so, and like the furnace as well. So those major things like that is what a house is. So that stuff right there is fine. Like, but it does need to be updated and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the floors. So when we left, the floors need to be like I'm in the process. Like I just want to sell it. I don't want to be a long term landlord.
Right. Right.
I'm too far away, and it's just a single family home.
Absolutely.
So
I
that's
understand
where I
that.
was at. I don't want to be. I don't want that because sometimes that can turn to more of a headache than profit.
Tell me about it. I feel your pain. I definitely do. So you said that you guys left a couple of years ago. Is it rented? Is it vacant? What's this family
Well,
in
I
there?
just got the guy. I just got the guy that I had in there. He just left out of there, so it's empty now.
Okay. What kind of rent were you getting over there?
I was 600, which is below market. I'm pretty sure it's below market, but I told the guy when he moved in, the deal was he wanted to buy the house, but he couldn't come up with his money.
Got you.
So I told you first, I don't want to be a landlord, so you got to get out.
Yeah.
So he's gone, so it's now empty. And like I say, I'm doing things slowly but surely now. Like I just painted the outside of it, so the work on the outside a little bit, so it won't just look ran down.
Okay.
And
But mostly on the interior, it's just updates, but probably like you said, the floors, maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, things like that.
The bathroom was recently updated. Like he moved the stool over from the wall, so like the stool was moved, was like in the corner. I'm a nice sized guy, so it was uncomfortable sitting on the stool. So the stool was moved to the center of the floor, and the cabinet and the drain and the face bowl was moved where the toilet was. So that was moved. I mean, you consider that as an update.
Understood. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of it anyway, but making it more comfortable because I feel your pain. I'm a relatively large fellow myself, so we need a little bit of elbow room, or
Yeah.
or a little bit more cheek room, I guess would be more accurately said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So she's had it for over 20 years. You took it over a couple of years ago. Well, before you left, actually. And
Yeah,
then,
before I left.
right. Okay. And then the tenant was in there for a little while. You just put him out to do minor renovations. Well, in the event that, we put something together, you wouldn't have to you wouldn't have to worry about doing anything else, man. Forget all the painting and fixing, and it's just not something that you have to concern yourself with anymore.
Right. And so the process, my mind frame at where I was at now with it is do the minor stuff you need. I need to do the call to get a appraisal in there because I had a couple of these conversations here before.
Yeah.
And what I got invested in, I don't want to lose what I invested in. I'm over the 20 ball now. I'm over the 20 grand now invested in. So with the original price I paid for it, cleaning it out, and then with the insurance and the taxes on it. So what I have invested in it now, I don't want to go up under that, and I'm not. Otherwise, I'll keep it.
All right, so yeah, you said you're in it over 20. You just over 20, so you just want to get 25.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you can get 25. I'm sure you're getting, 17s, 15s. I'm sure you're getting those offers.
Yeah, 13s and all kind of stuff yeah.
Because I'm looking at them. I'm absolutely looking at them. So let me ask you something, man. On a relatively short-term basis, if we could come up to some significant terms, short-term, that didn't allow you to have to, or require you to do any repairs, any of that stuff at all, put a couple dollars in your pocket, and I can give you your price. Give you your price, and we can come up to some really minor terms. Can we make something happen?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because what you're talking about. Because it's like I'm gonna say this. That was my second home I bought. But this is the first home I bought out here in Fayetteville.
Right.
And I bought at the same time.
Got you.
It's a dream of mine to be in real estate, but I also know to be in real estate you need money.
For sure. So the thing that I'm proposing to you is, do you have a loan on it? Because I don't see that you have any loans.
No, there's no loan on this. Pretty clear.
Yeah. So the way I'm looking at it here is, we can do a couple different things for you. One is I can give you the price in which you're requesting. I can give you that. No negotiations on that at all. I'm with you 1,000% because that's what you need. And instead of sitting around and waiting 3 years before the market gets better to get it, best we can lock it in right now. And second, even locking in that price, I can also, over a relatively short term, make sure that you're getting, consistent monthly payments. We put a terms deal together. It's called a seller financing option, and we close it with an attorney. We pay for mortgage insurance for you. We put property insurance. We make sure that you are the loss payee in the event that, God forbid, the house burned down. The insurance company would pay you directly. So it would be a net gain for you, not a loss, an absolute gain. And I pay for those things. They do not come out of your pocket at all. Does that sound of interest to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's what I'd like to do. You're here in Fayetteville. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to call my partner. You'll get an opportunity to meet him. His name is Mike Gonzalez, and we work together. I'm here in Georgia. He's in California. So you'll be talking to me and him a little bit. But I'm going to give him a call, and we're going to line up another time. We can just give. Is it okay if I just give you a call back at any time, or do you need to schedule something?
No, pretty much anytime. Pretty much you catch me anytime.
Okay, perfect.
I don't go to work during the day. Well, I go to work at 1 p.m. So at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, wow.
I'm up all day. I don't go to sleep until after 5.
Man, you putting it in, aren't you?
I mean, you got to, man.
Hey.
Somebody, these bills keep coming to my house.
Man, and they're gonna keep coming, ain't they? They're gonna keep coming. So, all right, thank you, man. Expect to get a call back from us within the next couple hours, okay?
All right, we'll do. I'll be waiting on you.
Appreciate you, man. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye. Hey, Mike.
Yep.
And there you have it. We're closing a seller financing deal on your behalf right there. So all I did there was do the get to know you, ask about him, let him tell me about his situation, and then just went in right there. So there it is, done deal.
So he has no loan. He wants $25K. What was the home worth though?
The home right now, there are sales in the neighborhood between $45,000 and $53,000 today, right now. we're going to structure a deal for his 25,000 where we're going to probably pay him $200 a month, probably 10% a year for 2 or 3 years, whatever you're comfortable with. And by then, we'll do a seller financing deal. We'll structure it again. It's, at least, I'd like to do at least 3 years, but preferably 5 years. So as the market turns around, you may have to stick, $7,000 or $10,000 into the property, but you'll get every bit of $50,000 to $60,000 when the market turns back around. Our next conversation is how you're going to raise the private capital so you can keep doing those deals like we talked about last week. So we want to start that education with you right now as well. But here's a deal where you're going to walk into this thing for probably a couple $1,000s. You're going to find it, and believe me when I tell you, paying him 10% interest a year on that money, because it's such a small amount, right? You're only going to be financing maybe $23,000, $23,000. 10% isn't even $200 a month. And if we can get it less, we'll get it less. But when the numbers get low like that, people like to see a return. So, I mean, I'm going to, we'll try to come in at maybe 8, but be willing to go at 10, which, by the way, is significantly higher than any rate of return he's going to get anywhere else, even if it was 8%. And so we'll have to reiterate that as well. But this is a property that's going to bring you $400 to $500 a month.
Yeah, so if I'm paying him $200 a month and I'm paying $200 a month on the rent or the mortgage, and I'm making six to 8, I'm making a couple $100 a month.
Yeah, you're making 4 or 5, $100 a month. Yeah. We'll get a property manager in place, so you're not worrying about all that stuff. So we'll be doing all that after we sign the contract with him, because we've still got the attorney we got to deal with up there and so on and so forth. But there's your first deal, brother, or second deal technically. They've already put in. He's already done the roof. He painted the outside of the property. He put in a new water heater. All the HVAC systems, all that are working well. We'll just go in there, clean them up, clean up the floors, the bathrooms, the kitchen, paint, and that's a wrap. I mean, that's not even going to cost that much. That'll probably cost $2,500.
So we're basically paying $35 for a 45, and having somebody else pay us to be in it. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then when the market turns back around, you'll be able to sell it for, anywhere between 50 and 60 as I'm looking at the comparables.
Okay. Cool. Sounds great.
Boom. And there you have it. Subject to. In this particular case, it's not a subject to. It is a seller finance agreement. Seller's going to agree to do it. We're going to work out terms here in the next couple of hours. Get this contract put up, sent up into DocuSign, and boom. That's how you close a deal. See you later. And that's how you close a deal. Boom. Done. Wrapped it up. But again, in this particular situation, it was important to be able to, one, educate the seller on what his options were, what he could do, and how he could do it. Now, subsequently, of course, I'm recording this after I did that call. We went back in and we renegotiated with him. He needed a little bit more cash. We came up with $5,000 instead of $2,500. We came up with an 8% interest-only payment, which comes out to $140 a month. The rent in the area he was currently getting $600. We're bumping that rent up to $800. So after we pay the management company and so on and so forth, Mike stands to make about somewhere in the area of $500, $525 a month. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, in this case, Mike would generally be raising the capital, but he has the capital, so it's not a truly no money down deal. He's got the capital so that he can move quickly and close this thing out. In fact, we're going to be closing it out in a week's time, 7 to 10 days. Done. He's going to go in, paint the inside, change the flooring, and rent that thing out immediately. So I'm really proud of him. And if you'd like to know more about this and how you can participate in the creative financing structures, wholesale deals, just real estate as a whole, albeit I must tell you that right now is the perfect time to learn about creative structuring strategies, implement them into your business, even if you're already doing business. This is something that over the next, well, really throughout your career as a real estate investor, you'll be able to take advantage of this. But right now, more than ever, you're going to get a lot more of these deals than you are of wholesale deals. So get money. By the way, you can wholesale these. Get money with these. And if you want to learn more about them, just click the link in the description here or underneath this video. I don't know how it's going to be formatted yet, but click the link. Get involved with our community on Facebook as well. It's called the Real Estate Accelerators Group. And check us out on YouTube, the Jason O. Myles Real Estate Network, right? I'll put the links for everything here. I don't want to confuse you with a bunch of stuff, but learn more about what we do, get to know me a little bit, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to work with each other. But even if it isn't me, make sure you learn these creative financing strategies and implement them in your business, whether you're established or you're just starting. I appreciate your time. This is your man, Myles. Thank you. Peace.